The human mind. It is a vast and enigmatic frontier. For centuries we have explored its depths, seeking to unravel the mysteries of consciousness, perception, and the very essence of what it means to be human. Today we stand at the dawn of a new era, on the cusp of a revolution that promises to redefine our understanding of the mind's potential. Imagine a world where the limitations of our five senses no longer bind us. Imagine a world where we can access realms of knowledge and experience beyond our current comprehension. This is the promise of the seventh sense, a groundbreaking discovery that has sent shockwaves through the scientific community and ignited the imaginations of people worldwide. The seventh sense is not merely an incremental advancement in our understanding of the brain. It is a paradigm shift, a quantum leap in human evolution. It holds the key to unlocking hidden cognitive abilities, expanding our awareness and propelling us into a future where the boundaries of human potential are limitless. For millennia, our five senses, sight, smell, taste, touch, and hearing, have shaped our perception of the world. They have been the windows through which we experience reality, the tools with which we navigate the complexities of life. But what if there is more to perceive than what our five senses can detect? The seventh sense suggests that there is. It hints at the existence of a realm beyond the tangible, a realm of energy, frequency, and interconnectedness that has always surrounded us, yet remained hidden from our conscious awareness. Imagine being able to perceive the subtle energy fields that surround all living things. Imagine being able to tap into the vast network of information that flows through the universe. Imagine being able to communicate without words, to connect with others on a deeper, more profound level. The implications of the seventh sense are staggering. In medicine, it could lead to revolutionary new treatments for neurological disorders, mental illnesses, and even physical ailments. In education, it could unlock hidden learning potential, accelerate cognitive development, and foster a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. But, like any powerful tool, the seventh sense is not without its risks. The ability to manipulate and enhance the human mind raises profound ethical questions. What are the potential consequences of tampering with the very fabric of our being? Could such power be used for nefarious purposes? As we stand on the precipice of this new frontier, we must proceed with caution, guided by wisdom, compassion, and a deep respect for the sanctity of the human mind. The journey into the realm of the seventh sense is a journey into the unknown, a voyage of discovery fraught with both promise and peril.
The air in the lab was thick with anticipation. Alexi Vasquez, her brow furrowed in concentration, hunched over a series of brain scans, her eyes darting across the intricate web of neural pathways illuminated on the screen. For weeks, she had been immersed in this research, driven by an insatiable curiosity that had consumed her waking hours. Alexi was a neuroscientist, her life's work dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of the human brain. She had dedicated countless hours to studying the brain's remarkable capacity for adaptation, its ability to rewire itself in response to new experiences and challenges. Yet nothing could have prepared her for the anomaly that now flickered before her eyes. It began as a subtle flicker, a deviation from the expected patterns of neural activity. At first, Alexi dismissed it as a glitch in the data, a technical error. But as she delved deeper, scrutinizing the scans from different angles, she realized that this was something far more profound, something that challenged the very foundations of her understanding. The anomaly manifested as a distinct neural pathway, a thread of interconnected neurons that seemed to weave its way through the brain's intricate tapestry, connecting regions that were not traditionally associated with one another. This newfound pathway pulsed with an energy that was both alluring and unsettling. Intrigued and perplexed, I spent days poring over the data, searching for any precedent, any scientific literature that could explain this extraordinary phenomenon. I consulted with colleagues, experts in their respective fields, but their responses were met with a mixture of skepticism and bewilderment. The more I studied the anomaly, the more convinced I became that I had stumbled upon something truly groundbreaking. This was not merely a new neural connection, it was a gateway to uncharted territories of the human mind. It was the first tangible evidence of a sense beyond our five traditional senses. a sense that had long been relegated to the realms of mysticism and speculation. Driven by a thirst for knowledge that bordered on obsession, I threw myself into my research with renewed vigor. I designed new experiments, pushing the boundaries of conventional neuroscience, seeking to elicit and measure this elusive sense. I recruited volunteers, individuals who shared my curiosity, my willingness to venture into the unknown. Night after night, I could be found in my lab, surrounded by a symphony of beeping machines and flickering screens, my mind racing with possibilities. I meticulously recorded my observations, analyzed data, and refined my hypotheses, my determination fueled by the magnitude of my discovery. As weeks turned into months, my research began to yield tantalizing clues. I discovered that the activation of this new neural pathway was often accompanied by subjective reports of heightened awareness, enhanced intuition, and even glimpses into the future. It was as if this seventh sense, as I had come to call it, allowed individuals to tap into a realm of information and energy that lay beyond the reach of our 5 traditional senses.
Word of Alexi's groundbreaking research began to spread through the scientific community, at first as a whisper, then as a steady drumbeat. Her findings, though preliminary, were met with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The implications were staggering, challenging the very foundations of our understanding of the human mind and its place in the cosmos. Some dismissed Alexi's work as pseudoscience, a flight of fancy. Others, however, recognized the transformative potential of her discovery. They saw in the seventh sense the possibility of a future where human consciousness could transcend its current limitations, a future where we could unlock the full potential of our minds and connect with the universe in ways we had never dreamed possible. Alexi knew that she was standing on the precipice of a new era, an era where the boundaries of human potential would be redefined. The seventh sense was not merely a scientific discovery, it was a ripple in the fabric of reality, a harbinger of a future filled with both promise and peril. The journey had just begun.
A year before Alexi's groundbreaking discovery, in a quiet corner of a bustling university campus, I toiled away in my lab, driven by a vision that few of my colleagues shared. I was a maverick, a man of science who dared to venture beyond the accepted paradigms, a lone wolf in the often insular world of academia. My lab, a testament to my relentless pursuit of knowledge, was a labyrinth of wires, electrodes, and complex machinery, a stark contrast to the sterile modern labs that had become the norm. It was here, amidst the controlled chaos, that I sought to unlock the secrets of the human mind, to push the boundaries of what was considered possible. I had always been fascinated by the brain's remarkable ability to adapt and change, its plasticity. I believed that within its intricate network of neurons lay the key to unlocking human potential, to transcending the limitations that had long bound us. My colleagues, however, dismissed my theories as fanciful speculation, the ramblings of a man teetering on the edge of scientific heresy. Undeterred by the skepticism that greeted my work, I pressed on, my conviction fueled by a deep-seated belief in the power of human ingenuity. I spent countless hours poring over research papers, conducting experiments, and refining my hypotheses, driven by an unyielding determination to prove my detractors wrong. My breakthrough came unexpectedly during a late-night experiment on neuroplasticity in rats. As I observed the electrical activity in the rodents' brains, I noticed something peculiar, a subtle shift in the patterns of neural firing that I had never witnessed before. Intrigued, I adjusted the parameters of the experiment, carefully manipulating the electrical stimuli, my mind racing with possibilities. As I increased the frequency of the stimuli, the shift became more pronounced, the neural pathways in the rats' brains lighting up with an almost frenzied intensity. It was as if I had stumbled upon a hidden switch, a way to accelerate the brain's natural ability to adapt and change. I realized the potential significance of my discovery. If I could replicate these results in humans, the implications were staggering. Imagine a world where we could enhance cognitive abilities, treat neurological disorders, and unlock the full potential of the human mind. This was the seed of what would become the Cognitive Enhancement Protocol, CEP. However, I was also acutely aware of the ethical implications of my work. Tampering with the human brain was a delicate and potentially dangerous undertaking. The risks were significant, the consequences of failure potentially catastrophic. Despite my reservations, I felt a profound responsibility to explore the potential benefits of my research. I knew that the road ahead would be fraught with challenges, but I was determined to proceed with caution, guided by a deep respect for the sanctity of the human mind. Nathaniel spent months refining the CEP, meticulously designing a protocol that would stimulate neuroplasticity in a controlled and safe manner. He knew that finding human volunteers would be difficult. The risks were significant, and the potential benefits, while tantalizing, were still largely theoretical. Yet, to Nathaniel's surprise, he found no shortage of willing participants. Word of his groundbreaking research had spread, attracting the attention of individuals from all walks of life: scientists, artists, entrepreneurs, all drawn by the promise of unlocking their hidden potential. The first trials of the CEP were a testament to both the power of human curiosity and the inherent risks of scientific exploration. The results were mixed, some participants experiencing remarkable cognitive enhancements, while others suffered unexpected side effects. Nathaniel documented every detail, meticulously analyzing the data, searching for patterns, for answers. The journey had just begun, a journey into the uncharted territories of the human mind, a journey fraught with both promise and peril. Nathaniel, the maverick scientist, had taken the first tentative steps, but the path ahead remained shrouded in uncertainty.
The annual Neuroscience Conference buzzed with an energy that was palpable, a tangible hum of excitement that permeated the vast auditorium. Scientists, researchers, and clinicians from around the globe had gathered, drawn by the siren song of discovery, the allure of unraveling the mysteries of the human brain. This year, however, the atmosphere was different, charged with an anticipation that bordered on fever pitch. The discovery of the seventh sense had sent shockwaves through the scientific community, and the conference had become the epicenter of a seismic shift in our understanding of the mind. Emily Zhang, a rising star in the field of neuroplasticity, adjusted her glasses nervously, her heart pounding against her ribs like a trapped bird. She had been invited to present her findings on the Cognitive Enhancement Protocol, CEP, a testament to the groundbreaking work she had been conducting alongside Dr. Alexei Vasquez. As Emily took the stage, the spotlight casting her silhouette against a backdrop of expectant faces, she felt the weight of the moment settle upon her shoulders. The air crackled with anticipation, the silence in the room amplifying the sound of her own breath. She had spent countless hours preparing for this presentation, meticulously rehearsing her every word. Yet now, standing before this esteemed audience, she felt a surge of doubt. She glanced at Alexei, who was seated in the front row, her expression a mixture of pride and encouragement. Alexei's unwavering belief in their work had been a source of strength for Emily, a beacon of hope amidst the storms of doubt that often accompanied such groundbreaking research. "The discovery of the seventh sense," Emily began, her voice trembling slightly, "has opened a Pandora's box of possibilities and challenges." She paused, allowing her words to hang in the air, to penetrate the collective consciousness of the audience. "We are on the cusp of a new era in neuroscience, an era where the limitations of our current understanding of the human mind will be shattered." Emily's presentation was met with a mixture of awe and apprehension. The scientific community, while eager to embrace the transformative potential of the seventh sense, was also acutely aware of the ethical and societal implications of tampering with the very fabric of human cognition. During the Q&A session that followed, a symphony of doubt and debate filled the auditorium. Renowned neurologists challenged Emily's findings, questioning the validity of her data, the long-term consequences of cognitive enhancement, and the potential for abuse. Ethologists grappled with the philosophical implications of altering human nature, of blurring the lines between therapy and enhancement, Emily, to her credit, fielded the questions with composure and clarity, acknowledging the valid concerns while defending the integrity of her research. She emphasized the potential benefits of the CEP, citing its ability to treat neurological disorders, enhance cognitive function, and unlock hidden human potential.
As the conference drew to a close, a sense of cautious optimism permeated the air. The seventh sense, once a fringe theory, had taken center stage, igniting a firestorm of debate and speculation. The scientific community, while divided on the ethical implications, was united in its recognition of the profound significance of this discovery. The journey into the uncharted territories of the human mind had just begun. The path ahead was uncertain, fraught with ethical dilemmas and unforeseen consequences, yet the allure of unlocking the secrets of consciousness, of pushing the boundaries of human potential, was a siren song that few could resist. The seventh sense had opened a door to a world beyond our wildest imaginings, a world where the limitations of our current understanding of the mind would be shattered. It was a world both exhilarating and terrifying, a world that demanded both caution and courage.
The air in the specialized treatment room was thick with a mixture of antiseptic sterility and palpable anticipation. Sarah Harper lay on the softly padded gurney, her chest rising and falling in rhythmic breaths, her eyes closed as if in deep meditation. A network of delicate wires resembling the tendrils of some futuristic vine snaked across her scalp, connecting her to a nearby machine that hummed softly, a technological sentinel standing guard over the unfolding experiment. For Sarah, this moment was the culmination of months of contemplation, a leap of faith into the unknown. She had always been drawn to the outer limits of human experience, fascinated by the mysteries of the mind and the tantalizing possibility of transcending the limitations of her perceived reality.
When she had first learned about Dr. Alexei Vasquez's groundbreaking research on the seventh sense and the Cognitive Enhancement Protocol, CEP, she knew with an unshakable certainty that she had to be a part of it. The decision to volunteer had not been made lightly.
Sarah was aware of the risks involved, the potential for unforeseen consequences, but the allure of exploring the uncharted territories of her own consciousness, of glimpsing the world through the lens of an expanded awareness, had proven too strong to resist. She was an explorer at heart, and the uncharted territory that beckoned to her lay not in some distant land, but within the labyrinthine depths of her own mind. She felt a wave of emotions wash over her, intense and overwhelming. Joy and sorrow, fear and exhilaration, all intertwined in a tapestry of feeling that threatened to unravel the very fabric of her being. A kaleidoscope of colors, vibrant and alive, danced before her closed eyes, accompanied by a symphony of sounds, some familiar, others alien and ethereal. The world around her, once familiar and mundane, began to shimmer and distort, the boundaries of her perception blurring like watercolors on a canvas. As the CEP began to take effect, Sarah felt a subtle shift within her, a gentle hum of energy that seemed to emanate from deep within her core. It was a delicate dance between science and serendipity, a carefully orchestrated symphony of electrical impulses intended to awaken dormant potential. The protocol, years in the making, was designed to stimulate specific neural pathways in the brain, those believed to be associated with the elusive seventh sense. Dr. Vasquez, her gaze focused and intense, monitored Sarah's vital signs on a nearby monitor, her fingers dancing lightly over the keyboard, adjusting the parameters of the CEP. Time seemed to stretch and contract, losing all meaning as Sarah journeyed deeper into the labyrinth of her own mind. She felt disconnected from her physical body, as if her consciousness were floating in a sea of pure energy, untethered from the constraints of space and time. She experienced flashes of memories, long forgotten, now resurrected with a clarity that was both exhilarating and unsettling. She saw glimpses of her past, of lives she had never lived, of possibilities that shimmered like mirages on the horizon of her awareness. And then, amidst the chaos, a sense of peace descended upon her, a stillness at the center of the storm. Sarah felt a profound sense of interconnectedness, a realization that she was part of something much larger than herself, a thread in the intricate tapestry of the cosmos. As the CEP reached its crescendo, Sarah felt a surge of energy course through her veins, a jolt that brought her hurtling back to the present moment. She opened her eyes, her vision blurry at first, then slowly resolving into focus. The world around her seemed different, imbued with a vibrancy she had never perceived before.
Dr. Vasquez, her face etched with a mixture of relief and elation, helped Sarah sit up, her voice calm and reassuring. "How are you feeling?" she asked, her gaze searching Sarah's face for any signs of distress.
"Different," Sarah replied, her voice barely above a whisper. "Everything seems different." She looked around the room, her senses heightened, her perception sharpened. The hum of the machines, once a monotonous drone, now resolved into distinct frequencies, a symphony of sound that both fascinated and unsettled her. The journey had just begun. The CEP had opened a door within Sarah's mind, a door that could never be fully closed. The world, once familiar and predictable, now shimmered with possibility, an uncharted territory waiting to be explored. The tapestry of her reality had been irrevocably altered, the threads of her being rewoven into a new and wondrous pattern.
The success of the initial CEP trials, while exhilarating, has also unleashed a torrent of ethical dilemmas that I can no longer ignore. I've dedicated my life to pushing the boundaries of scientific knowledge, to unraveling the mysteries of the human mind. But the implications of my work, the very real possibility of altering the essence of what it means to be human, fill me with a profound sense of unease. The seventh sense, once a tantalizing theory, has now entered the realm of the tangible, and with it comes a responsibility that weighs heavily upon my shoulders. I have always believed in the power of human ingenuity, in our capacity for progress and enlightenment, but I am also acutely aware of the darker aspects of human nature, our capacity for greed, for power, for control. My concerns are not merely hypothetical. The early CEP trials, while promising, have also revealed the potential for unforeseen consequences, for side effects that extend far beyond the realm of the purely physical. Some volunteers have reported experiencing heightened emotional states, both positive and negative, their inner landscapes becoming amplified, the boundaries between joy and despair, love and hate, blurred and indistinct. Others speak of a disquieting sense of detachment, as if their enhanced cognitive abilities have come at the cost of their emotional core, their connection to the world around them. They describe feeling like observers in their own lives, their thoughts and actions no longer seeming entirely their own. These reports, though anecdotal, send chills down my spine. I have unlocked a door to a realm of unimaginable potential, but in doing so, I have also unleashed forces that I cannot fully comprehend, forces that threaten to unravel the very fabric of human identity. The concept of self, of what it meant to be an individual, had long been a subject of philosophical debate, but the advent of the seventh sense and the CEP had added a new layer of complexity to this age-old question. If we could enhance our cognitive abilities, alter our emotional responses, even reshape the very architecture of our neural pathways, were we not, in essence, creating new selves, leaving behind the individuals we once were? I grappled with this question, haunted by the potential for unintended consequences. What were the ethical implications of tampering with the fundamental building blocks of identity? Could such enhancements lead to a loss of individuality, a homogenization of human experience? I thought of the volunteers, their faces etched with a mixture of hope and apprehension as they embarked on their journeys into the uncharted territories of their own minds. I had offered them a glimpse of a future filled with possibility, but at what cost? Were they pioneers on the path to a new era of human evolution? Or were they unwitting subjects in a grand and potentially perilous experiment? As I paced my study, the weight of these questions pressed down upon me, a burden of responsibility that I could not shake off. I had always been a man of science, driven by a thirst for knowledge. But I was also a man of conscience, acutely aware of the potential for both good and evil that resided within the human heart. The seventh sense, I realized, was not merely a scientific discovery. It was a mirror reflecting back at us the full spectrum of human potential, both the light and the shadow. It was a tool that could be used to heal, to enlighten, to elevate the human spirit, but it could also be used to manipulate, to control, to enslave. The journey ahead, I knew, would be fraught with peril, a tightrope walk between progress and destruction. The answers to the ethical dilemmas posed by the seventh sense would not be found in the cold, hard data of scientific inquiry, but in the messy, complex realm of human values, beliefs, and aspirations. The future of humanity, I realized, depended not just on our scientific prowess, but on our wisdom, our compassion, and our ability to choose the path of enlightenment over the allure of power. The seventh sense had awakened within us a force of unimaginable potential. But it was up to us, the inheritors of this extraordinary gift, to ensure that it was used to illuminate, not to incinerate, the path ahead.
I stood at the panoramic window of my office, the city lights twinkling below like a sprawling constellation, a reflection of the boundless possibilities that danced in my mind. The journey had been long, arduous, fraught with setbacks and triumphs in equal measure, but the destination, the uncharted territories of human consciousness, had never felt closer. The discovery of the seventh sense had irrevocably altered the landscape of my world, shattering the comfortable confines of my previous understanding, revealing a universe far more complex, far more interconnected than I could have ever imagined. It was a universe where the boundaries between mind and matter blurred, where intuition and reason danced in a delicate pas de deux, where the potential of human consciousness seemed as limitless as the cosmos itself. The initial excitement, the intoxicating thrill of scientific breakthrough, had given way to a more profound understanding of the profound responsibility that came with such knowledge. The seventh sense was not merely a new scientific discovery. It was a mirror reflecting back at humanity the full spectrum of its potential, both the dazzling light of its aspirations and the shadowy depths of its fears. The path ahead, I knew, would be fraught with ethical dilemmas, with choices that would determine the fate not just of a single scientific endeavor, but potentially of humanity itself. The seventh sense was a tool, a powerful instrument that could be used to heal, to enlighten, to elevate the human spirit to unimaginable heights. But like any tool, it could also be misused, its power twisted to serve darker impulses, to control, to manipulate, to enslave. I thought of the volunteers, their faces etched with a mixture of hope and apprehension as they embarked on their journeys into the uncharted territories of their own minds. They were pioneers, explorers venturing into a new frontier, their experiences illuminating the path for those who would follow. The responsibility weighed heavily upon my shoulders, a burden I shared with Nathaniel, with Emily, with all those who had dared to dream of a future where human potential knew no bounds. We had opened a door to a realm of unimaginable possibility, but it was up to all of humanity to choose wisely which path to take, to ensure that the legacy of the seventh sense would be one of enlightenment, not of annihilation. The future, I realized, was not a predetermined destination, but a canvas upon which humanity, armed with the brushstrokes of choice, would paint its own destiny. The discovery of the seventh sense had provided the palette, the colors of infinite potential. Now, the masterpiece awaited its creation.